Alrighty, guys. Today I'm actually going to give you an insider's look at what my Secret Launch Coach GPT actually looks like. So, this is one of the GPTs that I use inside my boot camp for my students in the launch phase, obviously in the scale phase. And today, rather than using it to plan a launch, I'm actually going to use it to debrief my own recent launch. And I'm sharing this with you because I think too many people think of ChatGPT as a brainstorming tool or as a content creator or a copywriter, but they forget about the strategy and the actual ways they can use it to be more like a business partner with them. So I'm going to show you that today. So for starters, one of the reasons I create custom GPTs like the My Secret Launch Coach, like the My Secret Sales Call Coach, all of those, is because rather than having to go into ChatGPT and tell it, you're this kind of expert with this many years experience and you use this framework and I need you to help me with XYZ, right? You have to prompt it. You have to know what to tell it. On the contrary, I have created these My Secret Coach GPTs because they already know what kind of expert they are. They already have a framework that they're basing all of their advice to you off of. So now you just can go in and actually let it prompt you. It asks you questions. So with the My Secret Launch Coach, we can either help me plan a high converting launch, we can help me plan an evergreen offer, or in this case, let's do a launch debrief. So I'm going to click on that conversation starter and it's immediately going to start asking me questions. So it's going to start off pretty basic. What was your offer? What were your results? What did your launch sequence look like, right? This is all very basic information. Now, if you like to type, by all means, type away. The more information you can give, the more details you can give as you answer the questions, the better. However, y'all, I'm a talker. No surprise, right? So here's what I like to do. Down here, this little black button on yours, it probably has little white squiggles. My ChatGPT upgraded and is weird right now. I don't even know. But it says use voice mode. So here's what I'm going to do. Check this out. Hey, ChatGPT, are you there?
Yep, I'm here, ready to dive into your launch debrief whenever you are. Want to start with what you launched and how it went?
Awesome. I'm going to give you some details about my offer, and then from there, we'll go after that. Does that sound good?
Perfect. That's exactly the way to do it. Go ahead and lay out the details of your offer, and we'll build from there.
Okay, so I just closed out of that. I'm obviously not going to sit here and make you listen to the next 20 minutes of me talking to ChatGPT. Quick tip on voice mode. When you've given it information, give it to it in chunks. I wouldn't talk for more than 2 or 3 minutes at a time before asking it if it understands. Let it respond and then keep going. And when it responds, let it finish talking before you X out. And then everything that you say and it says will be here in your chat. Now, I've already done this. Again, I'm not going to make you spend 20 minutes listening to me, right? So I'm going to click over to mine. Oh, look at that. Hang on. I got to go back and find my chat because here it is. Okay, this is the one that I just did, right? So up here, I hit let's do a launch debrief. It prompted me with some questions, and you can see I did voice mode. Hey, ChatGPT, are you there? Right? And I had to call out to it a couple times, and it said I'm right here, and there we go. I literally started feeding it information about my launch, a little bit at a time. So this is about a 2 or 3 minute spew, if you will, and then it would respond back to me, and I kept going. And here's what I found ridiculously valuable about this GPT experience. Number one, I am allowed to be emotional. I'm going to be emotional. You're going to be emotional about a launch. ChatGPT validates the emotion, but at the same time, it isn't human. So it doesn't get emotional. It focuses more on the numbers, right? And so one of the things that I was talking about was how I had 87 live attendees. 15 bought the VIP pass, right? And I felt good about that. But then I was like, man, only 4 out of 87 actually converted to the program. And that was like, ouch, that feels harsh, right? It feels low. Now, am I super excited about my 4? Absolutely. However, did it feel numerically like that wasn't good? Yeah, kind of. So ChatGPT breaks this down for me and it talks about how a 17% conversion rate is really strong. 480 out of 87, right? That's not bad for a high ticket multi-week program, right? So it acknowledges what I was thinking, but at the same time is like, but girl, let's look at the actual, like what it is that you were trying to convert, right? And so from there, we keep going. It asks me out the price, et cetera, et cetera. I share all this, and then it asks me, like, how was the pitch? Like, how did you feel about transitioning to the offer of the sale? And so then I talked about how I was sharing both the VIP and the boot camp, and it felt a little bit maybe awkward. The whole thing, y'all, I'm just being real with you. Like the actual launch process, as much as it felt better than the first two webinar launches I did, this still felt a little bit ad hoc. I just felt like even though I did more and I feel like I did it better, I didn't have it nailed down. And I was very honest with ChatGPT about that. And so it even talked about that I didn't have enough what it calls the pre-launch energy based on its framework, right? And so then it goes in and it starts talking about what that should look like. Then it actually offers to help me. Where does it say it? It says, do you want me to map up a full step-by-step upgrade path for your next launch using this one as the baseline? And I'm like, heck yeah. So off it goes, and it completely lays out an upgraded version of my launch for next time. Then it offers to write me a 7-day email sequence. It didn't write the emails themselves, but it like outlines them, because one of the things I said was that yes, I did pre-launch emails. Yes, I did post-webinar emails. But again, I'm more of like an in the moment person. Like, oh, today I want to talk about this. Tomorrow I'm going to talk about that. And I'll write the emails then and there. And it was like, well, you don't have to do that, right? You can plan them out ahead of time. And so it actually plans them out for me. And then the same thing with some LinkedIn content. Now, do I need to go back and really read through this very carefully? And I'm going to put it in my Trello board. I'm going to plan it out. Yes. But the point is that my launch now is completely debriefed. I just verbally vomited all of my, this is what I did. This is what was hard. This is what was easy. This felt good. This felt didn't. And I let ChatGPT kind of coach me through it and give me some feedback and then offer ways that I can improve. This happened in about 20 minutes, maybe less than that. And I'm feeling so much better. And now I can take this upgrade outline and I can hand it to my VA. I got to be like, great, go put this in Trello so we can map out our next launch and we can start getting content ready now for the next one. So that's just a behind the scenes look at my launch, this specific GPT that's inside my boot camp now. The boot camp has already started, but if this is something where you're like, Allison, this is pretty freaking cool. I am just curious about what else you are using ChatGPT to do that I haven't even thought of. Let's get on a call. Let me share with you what's happening inside my boot camp, and maybe get you on the wait list for next time. Or I even have somebody that signed up for doing a one-on-one with me, where rather than doing an 8-week program, it's just me and her. And we're going to do it in 4 weeks, and we're going to hammer through exactly what she wants, because she's excited to make progress and to get things going faster. So, y'all, like, I'm open to conversation. Tell me what you're struggling with. What are you excited about? What are you curious about? Let's just talk about what it looks like to build an AI powered business in reality, not like, ooh, that sounds good. It's just a software that I might use someday. Heck no. I want ChatGPT and AI in general to become your business partner. So if you want to know what that might look like, ask me some questions and let me help you out. All right, talk to you later.